Coach, a couple of things, and maybe I'll start with this. Is this becoming little by little more of your team? Any coach that comes in and has a roster that was there and you inherited that, obviously moves have been taking place. Are you closer to what you would like to have as a Fabrice Gautraut team? This is my team. I've built it. Is that a fair question?
Yeah, it's a fair question. I would almost reframe a little bit. It's our team, and the reason I say that is, we have a lot of people that have very specific roles and responsibilities. So the first piece is the recruitment department. Like, they do so much work behind the scenes to make sure that I'm up to date on players from a statistics standpoint, from a video analysis standpoint. When I step into any player meeting, like, I am debriefed so well that I feel like I know the player in and out. So the other piece is, as I've grown in my communication and how we communicate and get alignment, now we're really clear on what we need to go and get. And I think it's pretty clear, even from our signings, what we needed. We were the second oldest team last year. And so that was one of the reasons behind, kind of bringing the youth that we brought in, even though we did bring in another veteran player who I think will be very good for us. But yeah, so that's, I would say it's our team, and the more we collaborate and get alignment, that's kind of what we're creating right now.
And you're getting there, meaning you still have some pieces, I imagine. I think every team is always looking for the next piece. Is that, again, fair?
Yeah, no, 100%. And we're slowly kind of ticking those boxes as we go.
Coach, earlier you were asked maybe about your goals for the season. With the Dynamo, the stated goal is playoffs. Can you talk about that piece of it? Is that one of your goals? You certainly improved in your first season relative to the previous season. I imagine improvement is part of it, and that goal of playoffs has to be at least in front of you.
Yeah, I don't think we need, the idea of settling necessarily for playoffs is necessarily the goal. I think we've talked about this before, but making history, what does it look like? If you look at the history of this club, they've been to one playoff, and it was a home game, but we got knocked out. And so for us, like, what does it mean to make history for this club? And so that's kind of our MO this year. That's what we're moving towards. And so I think playoffs is a minimum. So that's kind of what we're seeking after this year, for sure.
Coach, you speak about history, and you mentioned the signing of Leah. St. Agnes, Albion, FC, one of the local youth clubs. I think that's historic as well. And I imagine you would want more maybe local talent that either at the club level, at the high school level, at the university level, that's feeding into your program.
Yeah, and we're trying to create, better and better relationships. I know there's actually a history of, the club and maybe an academy, not academy. So there's all these things that are probably in the landscape that we're, in previous years just trying to work through. And I think we have a really good staff that's trying to connect with the local market, trying to get eyes. Okay, who's on youth national teams? Can we bring them in? We did that a little bit last year. So yeah, that's definitely something we want to actively do. If we have top talent in the area, we want to bring them in our environment, 100%.
Agreed. Lastly, Coach, how are you doing? Settling into your second year? Did you take a little time off? And are you energized as you start this very important World Cup year, which is going to bring more attention, I think, to maybe the non-NWSL, the non-Houston Dash fan?
Yeah, I'm very excited, very, very well rested. Also did a lot of, just growth and soul searching in terms of who I need to become in order for us to, to kind of become this club that we want to be, and this team that we want to be. So, yeah, very, feeling very well balanced in all fronts. So very excited to hit the ground running this year.
Awesome. Great word, Coach. Balance. Thank you for your time, sir, and good luck. See you soon.
Thanks, Alex.